Coming up next on Virginia Outdoor Life, fly fishing is not just something to do in a mountain stream. They're doing it at the beach. We're going to head to Nags Head to check it out. Plus, what do you do when your boat leaves you lost at sea? We've got a survival plan that will get you home in time for dinner. So stay tuned. We're spending the next half hour outdoors on Virginia Outdoor Life. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show for Saturday, September 14th. Hard to believe we're halfway through September already.
Tell you.
We got to get ready for hunting season pretty soon.
We are getting ready, yes, absolutely. It'll be here. Well, dove season, of course, has been open for a couple of weeks.
That's right.
We're going to be dove hunting next week, and we're looking forward to all the hunting season coming up, but we've got so much fishing yet to go.
That's right. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
And we have a lot of fishing and a lot of stuff on the water once again today. You know, I saw that movie, A River Runs Through It, last week. By the way, I thought Tom Skerritt was fabulous in it, but that's another story altogether. I decided we were going to try something like that this week, only instead of a river and fly fishing, we decided to go to the beach instead. It was fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun to fish on the saltwater with a fly.
It really is. Well, if you want to learn, you can go down to Kitty Hawk Heights in Nags Head. They'll show you all the ropes like they did us. Well, we're in Kill Devil Hills. We're here with Captain Brian Dehart and with able-bodied assistant Ted, and today we're going to learn how to fly fish. And Brian, I wonder, how hard is it to pick up fly fishing? Because you see it on TV or something, it looks really complicated. Is it?
It's all technique and timing. Anybody can fly fish. You don't have to be a pro. I've taught people that have never been fishing before that can start fly fishing. If you'll just get the basics down, learn the casting stroke, then the fishing will come secondary. The most important part of a cast is the back cast. Without a good back cast, you have no forward cast.
All right.
Usually in instruction situations, that's what I try to teach first, is the technique or the philosophy or whatever, of the back cast. The things to remember is you have an arc on your fly rod. Your rod covers an arc, and that's what makes the cast is this arc. And you want to move the rod, your elbow, come back, and your rod, your hand, your thumb up.
Right.
All right, without breaking your wrist.
Okay.
When I go to start my cast, I want that line to be moving. My rod's coming back, and my arm coming up at the same time.
Okay.
When to stop your back cast, all right? When your thumb says A-OK. The next important part is the stop. When you cast, when you come back with your stroke, it needs to be an abrupt stop. That's what transfers the energy from the rod to the line and shoots it that way.
Okay.
If you have a lazy stop or a slow stop or you continue to fade, you won't have any energy in your cast. Fly casting is all about a transfer of energy from the rod tip to the line, line to the fly. That's what gives it direction. That's what cuts through the wind. It's all a transfer of energy. Then when you pick the end of that line up, what I want to see is that fly rod come back and stop. All right, no breaking the wrist or anything. Stop right here behind your ear.
Okay.
So that's great. That's a great back cast.
Okay.
That tells me that you're ready for the forward cast.
Okay.
Your forward cast, as the back cast, needs to stop. What you're wanting to do is stop with your rod tip just about right there. Okay, come up a little bit, make sure you got a firm grip, don't squeeze it. I don't want to see any handprints in here. But get a firm grip on it, and when you make your back cast, and it's time to make your forward cast, you want to stop that also, so your line is straightening out above the ground.
Gotcha.
When you stop your rod tip, your line's going where your rod tip stops, and that is going where your thumb stops.
Give it a shot. So it's more finesse than anything.
It's all finesse. There's no power involved in this. That's a great forward cast.
So, Ted, tell me about the program. What are you guys offering out here for everybody?
We're offering 2 classes. One is a on the lawn course where we start you off on like a grassy field.
Kind of like this.
Exactly. But you're not quite ready for going on the water.
Right.
And it's a 2-hour course explaining the equipment you'll be using and going over the basics of fly casting. And then we also have a on the water course, which I call level 2, and where we take you out on the water to take it further, take level 1 further. Fly fishing is just the most challenging way to fish. It's an art. I like all fishing. You know, the deep sea fishing I love, the bass fishing I love, but you can take a fly rod to every one of those elements. And that's what makes it so exciting.
It's the fastest growing segment of saltwater fishing is fly fishing.
I can see why.
Yep.
Well, now, I know you had some problems with your boat earlier this
Yes, I
summer
did.
as well. That made it a little tough for you to get out, but, well, we want to know what happens if your boat does break down while you're in the water. When Virginia Outdoor Life returns, we will address that problem, plus give you a few ideas on how to handle a situation that is clearly inconvenient and potentially dangerous. It's all ahead as Virginia Outdoor Life rolls on. Welcome back to Virginia Outdoor Life here on News Channel 3. I'm Bob Matthews along with Eric Burnley. Now, quick question. When was the last time you had your boat break down, say 5-10 miles from shore?
Oh, about 3 years ago, about 60 miles from shore.
Not real convenient, is it?
Not real happy time. Wasn't my boat, but it was a boat I was on. And we wound up being towed all the way back from what we call the Southern Tower, which is about 50-some miles from Rudy Inlet.
Well, that is our next topic here today. In case you want to avoid pulling a Gilligan and Skipper,
Right.
Bill Watson of Sea Lugs Incorporated showed us what to do earlier in the week when you get into a pinch out there.
We're here this morning with Captain Bill Watson of Towboat US, and what we're going to do this morning is try to give you some idea of what you should do, the proper procedure to follow should you have an emergency at sea and need to get a hold of someone like Bill in this area. But before we do that, we want to go over the boat that he uses to tow folks in with, because it's specially rigged. It's just not a regular boat that you just throw a line off the stern and hopefully get your buddy back to shore. So Bill, why don't you give us a little rundown of some of the special equipment that you have on this boat, beginning with the lighting system up there.
Yeah, the lighting is especially geared for towing. You can see that there's two lights where there would otherwise be a single light for a masthead light. And on the back of the boat, you'll also see a yellow light
Right.
on the back of the roof. And the thing that is most outstanding about this, the rotating red and yellow light that was authorized for use, again, specifically for this industry, towing small recreational craft.
Then you have a searchlight there,
Yes, sir?
and your radar over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your lines that you have across your would this be called a tow bar? Is that,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Stainless steel tow bar.
Right. Now you've got several lines here. Is this like a heaving line here?
That's a heaving line, right?
Right.
That's 100 feet of heaving line.
These are just
They're just working lines.
working
and this,
lines. If you
and
need to tie somebody alongside or something like that.
That's true. And the last line there, you see the 3/4 inch double braided nylon
Right.
is what I call my snap line. That's what I hook into a trailer eye of a boat. The trailer eye being the strongest part of the boat. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And the other line you see draped around it, the top of the bar there is a bridle that we use for sailboats.
I wanted to cover.
Excuse me. Towboat US. Yes, sir. Right. Okay, I know where that is. What seems to be your problem? Okay, it just won't start? Okay, gotcha. Be there shortly. Bye-bye. Y'all want to go along on a tow?
Yeah.
The boat's a 25-foot privateer. It was built by privateer, once again, specifically for towing. It's probably about 750 pounds heavier than a regular production privateer because of the extra bracing and extra glass involved. It also has a what they call a demolding, which is an overgrown rub rail. Obviously, in this kind of business, you're going to be bumping up against an awful lot of stuff. The boat's powered by a 350 cubic inch Chevrolet 275 horse with a 2-to-1 reduction gear. Good afternoon, Mr. Ball. You can pull your anchor anytime you want. What I'm going to do is hook onto your trailer eye there. Okay, now the tow line's about ready. Now we have a slick little trick. This is a boat hook. This hook is mainly designed, or usually designed for sailboats hooking on to anchor buoys, but it works extremely well for these purposes. And then we'll set about hooking him up. just like so. And then if you would, see if you can put your rudder amidships. And we'll let out a little line. Don't have to let out too much in this case. We're not in rough seas. It's not that big a boat. Okay, he looks like he's towing pretty well. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep him in tow at idle, and I'll put some fenders along the side and put him alongside. The idea being be able to maintain perfect control on him, real good. See that one on there? And another one. Same place. Real good. Thank you for the call.
Yep, thank you.
It's a heck of a gig for a retired Coast Guardsman. Now, if you break down, you can call Bill at 496-8900. You can also reach him on the radios, both channel 16 and 18. He works closely with Boat US and would be very happy to give you a hand. And, of course, something I learned if you ever get caught out there, well, actually, a friend of mine told me, and he learned it the hard way, never under any circumstances, unless you really mean it, use those two words, Mayday, on the radio, because they take that real seriously.
They sure do. They sure do. Also, the best thing to do is not have to be towed in, which the only way to completely avoid that is to never go out. But you can take a lot of precautions. Make sure you've got enough fuel. Make sure your batteries are in good shape. Look at your fan belts every once in a while. Check your water pumps if you can, or usually you can't do that, but make sure they're clear. Make sure the intakes are clear. These are the things that cause most of the problems for folks who go offshore and get in trouble. Fuel, batteries, fan belts. If you keep an eye on those things, you'll cut your chances of being towed in down quite a bit.
Ounce of prevention. Welcome back to Virginia Outdoor Life. Earlier in the week, we had the final two contestants come in for the great Grill Out giveaway. Charlie Petrocchi, is that right? Did I pronounce it right?
Sounds close. Yeah.
Okay, of Chincoteague Charlie. Petrocchi? Petrocchi. Sorry, Charlie. I honestly gave it my best shot. Also, Rachel Echoberry of Norfolk prepared a couple of tasty dishes. Eric was out there. He was the MC.
Such, yes.
I'm sorry, I wasn't there. However, as far as who won, well, here are the highlights.
Okay, Rachel, would you like to tell us what exactly you have concocted for us this evening?
Well, these are marinated shrimp and fish kebabs. This one, I did them with salmon, but you can do them with shark or red snapper, basically whatever kind of fish you want. They just put them on with some peppers and onions, and you can put, if you don't like the onions, or you can just do them with the fish and peppers or the shrimp and peppers. You marinate them for an hour, and you want to make sure you soak the sticks too so they don't get all burnt.
And what is in your marinade? Not exactly, but approximately.
Just some olive oil and soy sauce and honey and some garlic.
Okay, Charlie, looks like you got a delicious looking concoction here. Would you mind kind of giving us an idea of what it is you're putting on the grill there?
I've got some venison here and oysters from the Lower Chesapeake Bay, and the oysters and the venison has been marinated, and the marinade for the venison includes garlic, some good cheap Chianti. The Chianti has to be cheap. We've got a little bit of soy sauce in there and some onions. And the marinade for the oysters includes balsamic vinegar, lime juice, and a little salt and pepper.
Okay, the contest is over. The food has been consumed by our expert panel of judges, and Joey, I'm going to let you make the announcement.
Thank you. On behalf of Commonwealth Propane, Virginia Outdoor Life, and News Channel 3, we'd like to give this month's grill to Rachel. It was very good. Thank you very much.
All right.
Charlie, yours was good too, and the fish cooker is yours.
Great. It'll fit in the car.
Well, congratulations to Rachel, and thanks to everybody who sent in their recipes to the contest. And we have a little consolation prize for everybody, too. They're going to be immortalized in a cookbook that we are putting together as we speak. We plan to put it out featuring all the great recipes we received. Finally, thanks to the great folks at Commonwealth Propane who donated all the grills, the cookers, and the weekly prizes. It's been a fun contest. But now it's time to move on to the outdoor scrapbook. Let's crank it up. These pictures sent in by you, the viewers, so let's open up the book and take a look. Let's see, you want the small type or the little type there?
I can't see either one of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and start.
Let's start off here with Robert Hall from Newport News. John Canning was the mate. Jack Hall from Newport News. Captain Walt Spurl. Chris Chappell, Bunn, North Carolina, and Chris Hall from Newport News. They have dolphin, yellowfin tuna, released a white marlin, and a sailfish all out of Odin's Dock on the Hatteras Fever.
Not bad.
Nope.
Spencer Briggs, Steve Carrion, and Bob Clore. And that is one huge flounder. Well, it's actually about five huge flounders they got there. 3 citations, 6 to 9 pounds. This was sent in by Spencer, who says he's got great fishing buddies, and they would have had a great time, even if they didn't catch any fish, although I'm sure they didn't mind catching a few.
Sitting there with those huge flounders.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's Joe Early from Chesapeake with a spring turkey, obviously taken earlier this year. A 22-pounder was taken near Williamsburg.
I wonder if he's any relation to the Joe Early, the doctor on emergency. No, probably not. A little 70s flashback for you there. Scott Clark, Robert, and Ryan Mayer from Hampton. 90-pound amberjack?
Yep.
Yikes.
That is a big one.
That's a big old, we're going to be eating that for a while.
Imagine.
Well, it's hot product time. Earlier in the show, you saw what to do if you're a boater and you're in trouble in the water. It's a great thing to have a membership with Boat US, too. It's kind of like the auto club for your boat.
It is. It really is.
Not a bad deal. So we're going to cover part or all of your towing expenses and all other kind of things as well. They have marine centers all over the United States, including one right here in Norfolk on Virginia Beach Boulevard. You can reach them at 461-3601 or call the membership hotline at 1-800-395-2628. In addition to the towing, they will help you with all kinds of other boat situations, from buying to chartering to finding supplies. It's a great organization, and we're going to give away two memberships right here. Each are valued at $67.50. They will cover the cost up to $500, including the towing. And the first winner is Sandra Wyatt of Claremont, Virginia. Congratulations, Sandra.
The second is Dr. Bollerup, B-O-L-L-E-R-U-P, from Virginia Beach.
Okay, congratulations, Doc.
Yep.
Now, a couple of house cleaning notes. First and foremost, we're on at 7:30 again next Saturday night. Sorry for the juggling. CBS Sports has some special events going on, but we want to keep you up to date. Secondly, matter of the CCA Club Challenge.
I want to send out special congratulations, Virginia Beach Anglers Club, the club to which I belong. I had no help with them winning it, but they won the CCA Challenge. City Park Bait and Tackle was second, and Great Bridge Fishing Association was third. But Virginia Beach Anglers, they won it.
Great, excellent. Finally, we want to remind everybody that the Virginia Big Game Eastern Region Contest wraps up tomorrow at Bruton High School. Turkey calling contest in the morning. The awards will be presented in the afternoon. And as for the fishing forecast,
Croaker on the bottom, blues in the rips. Go out and have a good time as soon as the wind quits blowing.
All right, we're out of time. Go wet a hook. He's Eric Burnley. I'm Bob Matthews.
Y'all take them easy.